Hello there, my name is Oscar Villanueva and this is my TinkerCad simulation for the EcoSweep P1. The EcoSweep P1 is a remote controlled robot that is going to be used for a specific task in a ferret enclosure. That specific task is essentially collecting waste and debris uh, that is being controlled by an operator or an employee of the ferret enclosure. The robot will be mainly powered with a 9-volt battery connected to a motherboard that is connecting the actuators and sensors to an Arduino. These two DC motors over here will be essentially used to power the robot's wheels, excuse me. So it gives it the power to go forward, backwards, right, and left. That can be controlled with the 1, 2, and 3 and 4 button on the remote control. The remote control is sending signals to this IR sensors that is connected to on the motherboard, which is feeding information to the Arduino, which is feeding information to the other components. This servo motor over here, its main purpose is to be the power for the I call it the scooper in the front of the robot, which is essentially the temporary holder for the waste that transfers it from the floor to the depository bin on top of the robot. This ultrasonic sensor is mainly here as a failsafe to keep the robot from getting, let's say, injured on the job. For example, if the robot is moving forward and there happens to be a wall in front, um, within 10 inch, if once there's a 10-inch mark is reached, that's when it'll power down. It won't allow the user to go forward anymore. They would have to go right, left, or reverse. Alright, so here's a small demonstration of how it works. So the 1 button is the forward button, which means that the DC motors work together to go forward. If you press the 2 button, you'll be able to go right, which causes them to move in opposite directions. If you press the 3 button, it'll cause both to go in the same direction but in reverse direction, so you move backwards. And the 4 is your left-hand turn, which causes the robot to go left. These 5 and 6 buttons are used to control the servo motor, so if you press 5, it'll make the uh, scooper go up. If you press 6, it will go back down in its original position or go down. Taking a look at the code. So here we have our variables listed. We have our void setup, which is ran one time, which is essentially showing all the pins. And we have our void loop function section, which runs multiple times. So if you take a look at the code, it will show all of this is essentially showing the connection between the remote control, the code, and what it's sending to the Arduino. Cool. That's one last look. Thank you very much. Appreciate you taking the time to look at it.